For this week's Gotcha, I want to celebrate Juneteenth by addressing the racists who fought so hard to erase it from history books and the public consciousness for generations, and shining light on their latest attempt to hide from the truth. First, let me commend Congress for voting to make Juneteenth a national holiday, and President Biden for signing it into law. For the millions of you who were never taught this in history in school, Juneteenth is a commemoration of the day the last enslaved people were notified of their freedom following the Civil War. Because while the Emancipation Proclamation was signed in 1863, the Confederacy surrendered in April 1865. Word didn't reach the enslaved folks in Galveston, Texas, until June 19th of that year. And so black folks in America have celebrated Juneteenth ever since. But very few Americans outside the black community had ever heard of the holiday, because America has a long history of erasing the brutality that black folks have always been subject to. And as you know, this year marked the 100th anniversary of the Tulsa Race Massacre. And while that particular atrocity finally got the somber reflection it always deserved, Tulsa was not an isolated incident and an isolated event. Black Americans lived under the constant threat of lynching and race massacres for generations, and that reality is rarely studied in any depth in American history classes before postgraduate level. The newest attempt to stop the teaching of real history in schools is hiding behind Republican hysteria over critical race theory, a concept few of them seem to understand. Here's what Nebraska Republican Governor Pete Ricketts said this week.
So the critical race theory, and I can't think of the author right off the top of my head who wrote about this, really had a theory that, at the high level, is one that it really starts creating those divisions between us about defining who we are and like based on race and that sort of thing, and really not about how to bring us together as Americans rather than and dividing us in that, and also having a lot of very socialist type ideas about how that would be implemented in our state. So I guess probably the best thing to do would be read the book.
I'm going to go ahead and recommend the governor take his own advice and read the book. But in the meantime, let's be clear about the definition of critical race theory. It's simply a strategy to analyze the way racist laws and events from our past impact our lives in the present. And despite the current freakout over K-12 education, it's primarily taught in specialized law school classes. But Republicans across the country don't care about that reality. They're using this drummed-up panic to introduce legislation that would shove any distasteful racial history under the proverbial rug. In Texas, the new law signed by Republican Governor Greg Abbott will ban teachers from discussing any concept that might induce, quote, discomfort, guilt, anguish, or any form of psychological distress based on their race or sex. So if any student feels uncomfortable learning about the history of slavery and racism, Texas will rewrite that history. Republicans are using this ruse of critical race theory to alarm and confuse their base. But it's not nefarious or Marxist or subversive. Republicans like to wrap themselves in the language of patriotism. But true patriots wouldn't hide from the sometimes uncomfortable truths of American history. You have to know where you come from to present a vision for the future. And as we learn from our newest federal holiday, any attempt to hide from history will fail. Eventually, it will fail. So happy Juneteenth Day. And oh yeah, I got you.